wrote that song a long time ago, and it's a shame really that I'm still singing it now, and it's still got the same, meaning, same message in it. I don't suppose it'll ever change, you know, the words of Green Fields of France and Willie McBride, it's all happened again and again and again and again and again. Fight one another, hearts filled with hate. The ones who suffer are the ones who sit at home and wait. And there's always a reason, a good reason why. Say it's for truth and for freedom, yeah, freedom to kill or to die. Is there no denying those who are trying to poison our minds? 'Cause an eye for an eye is gonna make the whole world blind. The men that we follow, you are best led unheard. If your hearts are hollow, just like your words, so the fate of the many is sealed by the few. Bet a pound to a penny, a bullet will never find you. While the orphans and widows weep in the shadows, betrayed by humankind. And an eye for an eye is gonna make the whole world blind. How blind can we be? And how many children must die before took my nephew, who's here tonight, I have to say. Nephew I love dearly. My nephew Charlie. Charles, when he was about 15, I had to take him down to Falmouth because his dad decided that he needed a lesson in discipline, so he put him on a ship to go to France and back, sailing, this massive schooner, which he hated. But he asked me if I'd take him down to Falmouth, so I did. And while I was there, after I dropped him off, I took him through the shops and I came across a card and there was a picture of Mahatma Gandhi. And over the top it just said, an eye for an eye is going to make the whole world go blind. And I was just mesmerised by this. I bought the card and just kept looking at it all the way home. It went down by train. So on the way back on the train, I wrote that last song because just, for me, it just sums it all up. You know, there's so many blind people in the world, if they just open their eyes. And I started off with 2 songs about war, and I don't apologise for that because I wanted to get the dire stuff out of the way so I can get to the happier stuff. So I hope you'll forgive me that. The two kind of go together because it's not just the soldiers that suffer, it's also the people at home. This one I wrote because I got to the age of 60 or whatever it was and thought, you know what, I should be doing my own stuff. And I never had, and so I wrote a song to myself saying, get up and do something about it. And this is called Better Get Up. And this is the one I started with, but I shouldn't have done, so... 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a hobo sifting through a landfill, or a black crow pecking at a roadkill, or a poor boy picking up the bones of a mixed quill that he found in an alleyway down by Greasy Joe. I like a lost soul riding on the cocaine, or a rich boy living off his daddy's gravy train, or a blood sucker slipping nice through the vein, yeah, draining every drop from the head down to the floor. This is how you spend your day, waiting for crumbs to fall your way. You better get up, better make your play. Not one way while you are away. The hours and the hours become days. Like a wannabe swinging on her high heels, or a chap saying, look at me, cruising up and down in my Hot Wheels, or a Fleet Street preacher telling the world about the world and how it feels, yeah, telling everyone what everyone already knows. This is how you spend your day, waiting for crumbs to fall your way. You better get up, better make your play. Like one way while you ride away. The hours and the hours become days. And the days become years, and the dream you're chasing disappears, and before you know it, it's all gone, and your spirit cries, what's going on? You never had your chance to shine. For all the years you stood in line in the blink of an aging eye. Your destination passed you by, you waited and waited, hesitated. If this is how you spend your day, waiting for crumbs to fall your way, you better get up, better make your play. 'cause life won't wait while you while away the hours, and the hours become days. When Ed and Alex, when I originally met them all that time ago, they told me about this wonderful place. And they said, if you're going to come up and do a headline, then you need to have a band with you. And I thought, okay. So I got this 7-piece together. And then it's there. And I spoke to Alex, and he said, no, you can only be 3. I was okay. So, which meant I did piano as well as bits of guitar. So it's kind of hard because if I put this down, I miss something. So I have to play the piano over top of the guitar. So you have to excuse any mistakes that I make, because it happens. This is it's a reggae song. I decided on the first album I might do a reggae song because it's part of my upbringing, and Dimitri knows what this one's going to be. This is all, originally it's about knife crime, and when everything was going mad about knife crime a few years ago, it became the latest political hot potato because the governments don't do anything unless it's going to sort of get votes, do they? And it's all disappeared in the background, even though it's still going on. But there are people out there on the street actually trying to do something about it, which is fantastic. And this one is really about a positive attitude towards that and combating it, and just, you know, lining up. And everybody basically has a right to life. Everybody has a right to life. Everybody has a right to life. We don't have to love one another. See a brighter future. You don't have to call me brother if that don't suit you. Take to one another, or not no right or wrong, no, no. But a little respect for one another, that's all you need to get along. We all want to live to see another day, and no one's got the right to take that right away. Yes, everybody has the right to life. Everybody has the right to life. The right to live's not ours to give or take away. Everybody has the right to life. No one can argue all night long. That's not gonna do. 'Cause no one's right and no one's wrong. We just got a different point of view. Look at the sad and sorry people living in the past, holding on to bitter memories and making them last. Too many people, they've suffered and died. It's time we learn to live side by side by side. 'Cause everybody has the right to life. Everybody has the right to life. The right to live's not ours to give or take away. Everybody has the right to life. 'Cause you don't think what they do, don't really gonna diss what they do. They got a right to be here too. They just a little different from you. Well, we're all born the same, and life ain't a game. It's rough, it's tough, life is tough enough. When all these people gonna understand, death don't need a helping hand. Everybody has the right to life. Everybody has the right to life. Let your heart be your guide. Don't let your head decide. Full of anger, vengeance, and pride. We will stand up and fight, man to man, or preaching to damnation. Down on the street or global devastation. What's this demanding retribution? What's the solution? Another war, another cause for dying.
Don't you do justice when they're playing practice. Two wrongs don't make a right. We all got the right to life, to life, to life. Everybody has the right to life. Everybody has the right to life. The right to live's not ours to give or take away. Everybody has the right to life.
Thank you very much. The next song's about touching.
Take it off.
Yeah, I do so. This one's about the fact that prior to COVID, so I wrote this a long time ago, prior to COVID, I didn't think people were touchy and feely enough. I thought people were too standoffish, and it's a British thing, I think. You go abroad and they just hug you just for the sake of hugging you, even though they don't want to. It's a bit like me, really. So I wrote this song telling everyone to hug each other, and then COVID happened.
Ready?
Yeah.
Up goes the wall. Everybody's building a hideaway, and you'll miss the tree when fortune comes to call. You can see the light of day. Bit by bit, down comes the curtain on a cold and empty stage. And here we sit. One thing's for certain, nobody's there to turn the page. So who will you run to when your burning spine? Who'll be the one to set you free? And who will you turn to when you're cold and tired? It's easy when you walk that extra mile. This could be the start of a better world. World of bay. By the time you're done, your common senses, nobody wants to see you anyway. No matter where you run, somebody's waiting. Can't hold them off for long. Here comes the sun, and it's so frustrating. Once you say they care, don't wanna hear your song.
5 years ago, when we did the launch in 2017, which is a magnificent moment for me, because I played with these guys, plus a lot of other people from their academy. I had 2 backing girl singers, I had a saxophonist, a long-haired bassist, for those that remember who were there, who looked a bit like Thing. Oh, was it Thing or It, isn't it? Yeah, it looked a bit like It, but he was magic. And it was just a wonderful atmosphere, and I had Josh on keyboards. And I said on that night that this next song, when I wrote it, I thought, I wish Joe Cocker hadn't died, because I would have gone and knocked on his door and said, please, please, will you sing this one? So I'd love to have heard him sing it. Not because I think it's a great song, just because it needs that kind of a voice. But I'm not going to do it like that, so don't worry. I don't do impressions. There are times in my life when I feel that I can't go on, and I know I can't take anymore, but I reach out my hand, and I know that you'll understand, 'cause you've been there 1,000 times before. There are times in my life when I sail just a little too far, and I'm sinking, and I just can't reach the shore. Darkest hours I know I have never been alone, 'cause your heart leads me straight to your door. Friends may come, friends may go, this one-man show. They don't see the child that hides inside the shell. Only you know me that way, 'cause in my life there are times when I sail just a little too high, and I need someone to catch me when I fall. And in the dark and lonely night, I see your light shining bright, and it's leading me straight to your door.
is this one-man show. They don't see the child that hides inside this shell. Only you know me that way. 'Cause in my life there are times when I fly a little too high, and I need someone to catch me when I fall. And in the darkest hours I've known, I've never been alone. 'Cause your heart leads me straight to your door. It's leading me straight to your door. Leading me straight to your door.
Carrying on the theme that sort of started off at the beginning of the evening about the Earth, Mother Earth, and all that. And there's a new track on my latest album. This one has taken me 46 years to write. I started writing this all those years ago, and it's I don't know any other people that have written music or poems during their lives and going way, way back. But it's really, and I like to open a door to what you were thinking at the time, because I don't know what I thought when I was 15, 14, 15. I was thinking about girls and stuff, but I mean, like any other most subjects. But I had, at that time, I don't know what was really burning in my mind. And obviously, the state of Mother Earth was, because even in those days, and of course you've got all the people these days that are blaming the current generation, the snowflake generation as they call them, for all the woes in the world, and it's not their fault. You know, we made them, we made these youngsters, didn't we? So it all happened in the 50s and 60s. Great era. So this one is about Mother Earth, and it's the full title is Mother Earth Terra Infirma, because she's very ill. Running through her veins, buried under landfill, burned by acid rain. Soon you'll wonder why there are no colours in our skies, and the birds no longer fly to foreign lands. Mother Earth is dying, stricken with disease. Man's desire for riches has brought her to her knees. Poison in her rivers and poison in her seas. Will we ever learn there's a point of no return, when the future is no longer in our hands? The furrowed fields where the shy horses reign, sow the seeds of life and fall in the grave. Now a desert, barren and decayed, while faithlands of the mother we betrayed. Oh, Mother Earth is dying, it's a mournful song she sings, stripped of all her virtue and the treasures that she brings.
set her free. While we're way too blind to see, is buried in the sand. Generations come and go, you reap more than you ever sow. Fools for well and you know the price we'll have to pay. What will your children do, and how will they remember you? Gifted with paradise, but you threw it all away. Oh, Mother Earth is dying, come on, take it in her pride. We better make a change, make it soon, because we're running out of time. We're running out of time.
As the evening goes through, you will see there's a general theme in my lyrics. I did say at the beginning that I was going to get the two ones about war out of the way. There's another one. But it's kind of this is a happy one. This is one that's full of hope. Because I do still have a lot of hope, and I think a lot of people do, which is why human beings just carry on, don't they? This is called Just One Day, and this was inspired me reading and watching films about the armistice on Christmas Eve when they stopped and played football in the First World War. And I thought that was amazing, if it's true. I mean, they say it's an urban legend, but I think that's an amazing story. So this is what sparked this one.
Say I'm living in a dream. We can change the world, and what will be, will be. But it would take a miracle to save this world of mine. Well, I can't wait for miracles, 'cause we're running out of time. Know that I could never write a shine on every face, but you and I, we can try to make this world a better place. For just one day, let this earth turn in silence. For just one day, a world without violence. For just one day, a world filled with peace and goodwill. Let your spirit be still, let your love lead the way. For just one day. Say my head is in the clouds, but I got a song to sing out loud and clear. Don't wait for a miracle, you could wait forever. Why not be that miracle? We could change this world together, love will flow, a light will shine, and broken lives will heal. You never know, you might find you like gold. It makes you feel
wrote this song when my mum died. That's a very blunt way of saying it, but that's basically it. I lost it, it's very sad. But at the same time, I rejoiced at the time I had with her, and I think that's really important when you actually celebrate the life that you had with people, the fact that you've lost them. And so this isn't a sad song, this is actually quite positive.
Not a day goes by, I don't see your smile, I don't take a while to remember. Not a day goes by, I don't wonder why you left me. Cause not a day goes by, I don't close my eyes and feel your love so tender. Not a day goes by, I'm not haunted by the one I couldn't be. Well, I don't know which way to go, I don't know what to do, or how I'll make it through. 'Cause part of me died with you. Goes by, I don't say a silent prayer. Wasn't I the lucky one? You and I, we had the finest hours when all was said and done. It's better to have loved and lost when the cost was due. Well, I already knew. But too much love can smother the child. But it was through such love this mother that got me, they smiled on me. So not a night goes by, I don't look up high, I don't search the sky for the brightest star, 'cause in my eyes, that's where you are. And now I know that miss you though I do, I can make it through. Loving and I with you. Yes, I can make it through. But life really hurts without you.
Truly happy song, this.
There's nothing pretty, baby, that could take me away from you. There's something, little lady, that would make me feel so blue. Cause we're joined at the hip, there's nothing anybody can do. We're on a magical trip, and it's a one-way ticket for two. There's nothing in this world could ever lead my heart astray. On the street, no pretty little girl is gonna steal my heart away.
One of our influences as we were growing up, and this one was influenced a lot by Cat Stevens, who was one of the influences that I had when I was growing up. I just love the fact he was very acoustic, and he brought his culture, particularly his Greek culture back in Greek culture. He brought that, playing the bouzouki and various other things, but also the very rhythmic stuff that he brought in. But he had a particular keyboard that he used to play, the electric piano, and I loved it. When I wrote this one, it just reminded me of him, really. This is basically telling me, I suppose, to get up and do something about it, like Better Get Up, but I couldn't call it Better Get Up again, otherwise it would have been boring, wouldn't it? It would have been confusing. So this one's called How Many Times? This window, wonder will it be our last? And how many plans that you made for tomorrow are gonna figure in your past? How many times have you sown for a harvest but never shared the feast? And how many times have you started on a journey but never been released? Nobody knows what waits around the corner. Nobody knows what lies ahead. And every day steals our dreams away when we're a long time dead. For a landslide, we're sinking in the sand. And how many times have you been stranded on the outside when the key is in your hand? How many times have you prayed for a lover, believing that you'll never love again? Why do you stay undercover instead of dancing in the rain? Nobody knows what awaits around the corner. Nobody knows what lies ahead. And every day steals our dreams away, and we're a long time dead. Travel
is hanging on to every word you say. And the world outside is waiting for you to save the day. Let your dreams light up your way. Let your dreams light up your way.
I heard John, but what would you How many more? One? Alright, this is your last one? Yes, that's a shame.
More!
Yes, more!
Let's go!
I'll do that in a minute.
Your American Pie, maybe. Really upsetting. Right, this is as I said, I like to put a reggae track in. I put a reggae track on the new album. This is the last one on the current album, and this is a this is where I go to when things start getting on top of me in life. And I think, you know what, I just want to go somewhere in my mind, and it's a happy place. Anybody ever saw Happy Gilmore? It's that kind of thing, you know, getting the whole ball. It's a very, very, very funny film where his teacher keeps saying to him, when you get angry, just go to a happy place. This is my happy place. And this is called Sunshine Lands. And this is the one where Duncan counts us in. It's his only vocal. Only vocal.
Hi, Duncan! So much better. 1, 2. Yeah, more.
Yeah.
One more.
One more.
Come on, more.
One more. One more. Yeah. One. This one.
This
Yeah.
Now he's working. 5 more. It's not a kick out yet.
These guys won't remember it.
I did.
They must. Ready?
Thought you knew and that you guess you were wrong. What you done, it took you way too long. Years of tagging along. He was a charlatan in fancy dress. You were a rival that he needed to impress. Hell bent on success. Instead of doing what he wants, he ought to do what he ought to. Surely blood is thicker than water. You brought on like a lamb to slaughter. There's a little stupid that you really thought that you were in that circle. You thought that you were part of it all, but you were just another protocol.
Anyone know the words?
Instead of doing what he wants, he ought to do what he ought to. Surely blood is thicker than water. You fought on like a lamb to slaughter. There's a little stupid, but you really thought that you were in that circle. You thought that you were part of it all, but you were just another protocol. You were just another protocol.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd love to do more, but we'd love to do more, but the volunteers would like to be home this evening. But if you want more, we're back here on June the 24th. Another night of exceptional music. I mean, these guys are just, I'm blown away with them. And I have to say, I'm so impressed with what we're trying to do here, trying to build this up. And create an environment for original music performers, and these guys, give them another round of applause, please. And while you're in flooding mood, please give a round of applause to our sound man, Jorgi, who donates his time, his work ready to come here once a month on a Friday night to do the sound. And of course to all the volunteers who work here, give the time up and make it happen. And we're running a little bit over time, and I'm going to get a roasting about it, but I thought it was worth it. So thanks for coming, and hopefully we'll see you on June the 24th. We got Navarro. It's the Abbas Langley Festival, so come along and support it.